Hi, beautiful soul, and welcome back. So, if you're here, I'm assuming that it's because you have written your suicide note in depth and you've spent a few hours doing this. If not, now would be a very, very good time to stop the video and go and actually do that part of the exercise, because if you haven't done it, then everything that's going to come here after is not going to be of any value at all. If you haven't done step one, you cannot do step two. If you're still listening at this point, then welcome back. At this point, you're going to be probably feeling a mixture of things, and it's going to vary depending on you and the kind of person you are. If you cried a lot and you got angry a lot as you were writing the information down, you're probably feeling a bit tired and drained and empty, a bit hollow. If you use the tools that I'd recommended and I gave you in the first video, then you might be feeling a bit more balanced and calmer. You're probably feeling lighter overall, even if you are feeling heavier. So if you're feeling very, very heavy and you've been doing this for the last few hours, then you know what? Stop the video, go and lie down and have a solid night's rest. You'll probably sleep better than you've slept in a long time, but you want to be a little bit more awake when you come to the second part of what we're doing. If you're still here and you didn't run off to go and sleep now because you've been crying all day, then yeah, there's going to be a lot of things going through you right now, or you might just feel numb, or you might just feel empty, or you might just feel hollow. Or it's okay, we're going to work through that. Part of what we've done now is we've basically done an emotional detoxification and purge from your system. All those things that were inside you, by putting them down on paper, we've taken them out of your system. Your system knows where they are, so it doesn't have to hold on to the thoughts anymore. So we've managed to cut off a whole bunch of stuff, let it go, which is actually the process that your body's been trying to do all along. What happens is that we either grab onto the stuff and we hold on to it by complaining and focusing onto it, or we resist it and push it down. That's what often happens with antidepressants. You want to push it away. And the thing that really hurts you when you're pushing it away is this action. This is getting sore. Your arms are getting sore. You're thinking it's the thing underneath that's hurting you. It's really not. Your arms are getting sore because you keep pushing back against the emotion that's coming up. So the point of writing your suicide note was to purge all that stuff emotionally. And the reason you are feeling hollow and empty and lighter is because you are not carrying that heavy load of emotions inside you anymore. But now we've still got some stuff to deal with, don't we? And most notably, the thing that comes up for people first is going to be anger. Anger is a very powerful thing. I love anger. If you're at the bottom of a suicidal hole and you can't get out of it, piss yourself off. Go to somebody who pisses you off. You're going to be so busy plotting their death that you're not going to have time to plot your own, okay? Getting pissed off is the fastest way to improve your emotion if you're at the bottom of a hole. All right. And anger is a very useful emotion. It's an emotion that we feel in society we're not allowed to display, because if you show anger, then it steps on somebody's toes and that's going to bruise their ego. And all society is a set of rules designed to stop you from bruising other people's egos, okay? But anger is actually really useful. And what anger teaches us about is boundaries. Right? And anger at myself means that I have crossed my own internal boundaries and I've done something that compromises me. And anger at other people means that I find that this person has crossed a boundary that I have. What I find, though, with many people who are battling suicidal and depressive tendencies and issues is that we get really lonely when we're in that space. We're tired and we're lonely and we want somebody to reach out to us and to help us, but we don't know how to. And so we open up too much and we let people have too much access, and that means that they walk all over us. And no. That anger's there because you have not set boundaries. The only other reason anger's there is because it's blocking pain and you're not allowing pain to come through. All right. So if you get angry and you start crying immediately, then the anger is there blocking pain. If the anger stays and it's anger, it's because people have crossed boundaries that you've set. Either you've crossed a boundary or they've crossed a boundary. So in the second video in our Snap Out of Suicide and Depression series, we're going to set some boundaries for you, okay? And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to start by reintroducing you to your body. So the process is very, very simple, okay? You're going to start with your hand, all right? And you're going to go like this, and you're going to rub your hand. Right? And the point of rubbing your hand now is to get your focal awareness there. You can feel as you're rubbing, you become more aware of the hand, it becomes warmer, and you're doing, so now I'm aware of my hand. And now as all my attention's there and my focus is there, because I can physically feel my whole hand, I can feel where the skin is, I stop and I acknowledge that feeling and I go, this is my hand. It is part of me. It belongs to me. Thank you, hand. I love you, hand. This is my hand. Now, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do the same thing with our arm. I'm going to rub our arm like this. And rub and get it really nice and warm and get the feeling into it and get yourself aware of it, where everything is, that it's nice and tingly. Maybe give it a couple of squeezes. Touch the arm so that you can really feel all the edges of everywhere. Make sure you get to every piece of skin, okay? And now stop when you've got the sensation, and this is my arm. It belongs to me. Thank you, arm. Thank you for being part of me. Thank you for being part of my body. This is my arm. Now I'm going to come and I'm going to do my shoulder. And I'm going to wrap around my shoulder. And again, we're going to get that whole nice tingling sensation going. And then I'm going to stop and I'm going to acknowledge my shoulder. This is my shoulder. It belongs to me. Thank you, shoulder. Thank you for the responsibilities you bear. Thank you for holding me upright. This is my shoulder. It is part of me. It belongs to me. This is my shoulder. Now I want you to take the whole arm and feel it and activate all that feeling all over the arm, and then you say, this is my whole arm. It belongs to me. It is part of my body. Thank you, arm. Thank you for extending yourself for me, helping me embrace the world. This is my arm. It belongs to me. It is part of me. This is my arm. And you're going to carry on like that. Now you would swap over and you would start with this hand, and then this arm, and then the shoulder. And then you can come to your head, and you can group the whole head together. You can do nose by nose, eye by eye, both your eyes at once, and group it together. But the point is that eventually at the end you've covered your whole body. Do not forget your breasts. If you are a man, do not forget to acknowledge your nipples, your tummy. I know you don't want to always look at it and see it. Your bum, your hips, all the parts of you, everything is a part of you. And when you've done that, you can take a rest and you can activate the whole body again. And then when you're feeling the sensations of the edges of your whole body, you say, this is my body. It belongs to me. Thank you, body. Thank you for giving me life. This is my body. It is part of me. This is my body. And you give yourself a hug and you feel the edges of you and you feel your whole body. And as that feeling gets to its highest point, you're going to take your finger from me and you're going to put it on your nose for 3 seconds. 2, 3. And before the highest point goes away, you're going to take your finger away and then just shake it off for me. Now, what we've just created there is an anchor, okay? And that anchor we're going to use again in a few minutes. So rub all over your body again and set another anchor for me when you finish doing that exercise. So go away and do that part of the exercise and come back when you've set 2 or 3 anchors. And the exercise can take a little while to do. If you do it properly, it really can take you an hour. And I would recommend that you do it properly. So when you've come back and you've set those anchors, then hit unpause on the video. Okay, so it must be about an hour later now, and you have activated your whole body, your anchors are set. Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to give you a set of instructions again, and then you're going to go away and you're going to do this exercise, and you're going to take a break, and when you're ready, you're going to come back and watch video 3, okay? Now, you've set your anchor for your body, and you can feel where the edges of your body are. Now what we're going to do is you're going to go to your room and you're going to get a few belts, 3 or 4 or 5 of them, depending on how much space you feel you need. In fact, bring all of them so that you've got as many as you could possibly need, and we won't have to run off back again. All right, so we've got all the belts together. Fantastic. All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to stand, and you're going to stand and you're going to feel for where you feel like your maximum point of personal space is, okay? And you're going to get a sense for that, and you're going to use the belts to mark that circle around you. I don't care if your circle takes up the whole room. You can have as much personal space as you want to. I give you all the permission in the world, okay? And you're going to lay out the circle of belts, and then you're going to stand in the middle. And before that, you're going to have gone through your suicide note for me quickly, and you're going to have identified all the people who cross your boundaries, all the people who make you angry and cross, who step over the line, who treat you badly, who make you compromise all the time, who don't listen to you, who aren't there for you, who aren't around for you, who demand too much of you. All those people who cross your boundaries, and you're going to have the list of them in your mind, particularly drawn from your suicide note. All those issues that made you want to leave this plane. Okay, and then you're going to go stand in that circle with those belts demarcating where your personal space ends, and you can choose that. I give you permission for that, all right? And you're going to take your finger again, and you're going to quickly, just for a second, trigger here, and that's going to bring back all these sensations about the border of where your body is. And then one by one, you are going to turn and you are going to face each of those people, and you are going to say to them, these are my boundaries. You cannot cross my boundaries without permission. You do not cross that line unless I give you permission to cross that line. That is my boundary. I set the space, and you do not cross that without permission. Now this is, you got to intend this. You say this to every single person. If there is a specific incident, a specific way that they do it, say it, and say it loud. This is your intention that you are setting to the universe. You are telling these people that you are never going to let them put you into this emotional space again. This is where you start taking back your power. Now you're going to go, and you're going to set your belts around you, and one by one, every one of these people who has crossed the line with you, you are going to tell them so far and no further, and you are going to mean it. When you're done, have a cup of tea, relax. You can come back and do video 3 immediately afterwards. Enjoy the sense of having boundaries for as long as you need to, and as soon as you're ready, come back and watch video 3. I will be waiting for you. Looking forward to you feeling stronger and better every second. I love you, I believe in you, and I know you have the strength and the power within you to do this. Namaste, my friend.